Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Summers here. I hope that you and CPW Galaxy and everybody watching on our Patreon page is well and doing alright in this very uncertain time. We miss all of you, and of course I miss everybody at CPW, the roster, the event management, especially you, the fans. It's been a tough 3 months so far. I was just so close to having my chance to get my hands on Alex Connors after waiting a little over 2 years and finally getting a chance to get my CPW Galaxy Championship back. But what can I say? Pretty much an act of God has caused this. And now we are, as I said, in an uncertain time. But at CPW, we like to keep you entertained. So when my good friend the Boss Man contacted me and said, Frankie, how about you give us an opinion piece? What's your favourite ever CPW moment? Well, let's see. As you know, being the ring announcer of CPW, being there for most of the shows and most of the action, I've seen a lot firsthand. I've been there, I've had involvement, I've had confrontations with the bad guys, I've helped the good guys, and I've seen a lot of great matches as a fan and of course as ring announcer. Those who are friends with me on Facebook might have seen that I shared something very special for the wrestlers and fans who have me on there, and that is a CPW album over 900 photos that I took during my time as a fan in 2018. The earliest photos are from the Nick Aldis show and leading up always just before Superstars 1, so I tried my best to get as good a angle of everybody as I possibly could. So if you're friends with me on there, please go and check that out. I haven't tagged anyone, so feel free to tag yourselves if you see yourselves. You might just come across a lot of happy memories, and I hope I create those for you. So I can't really narrow it down to just one moment. I mean, of course, the pinnacle of my career was that gargantuan effort I had to put up to beat the Imperial Dragon to get the CPW Galaxy Championship, the Godiva Championship at the time. Still very proud of that moment, and I know that the fans were as well. Just like that 1 split second that you see of the video reel of Dale holding my hand, I've got the belt in the air, I'm just elated. Of course, that's not going to be my moment that I pick. I'm going to run down a couple for you. Let's see. Well, in terms of matches, as you know, I have 2 all-time favourite matches, and both of them involve Boss Man, Mr. Richards. The first one was, of course, the main event of History 5. A big shout out to what I named as my OMG moment of the year, or at least one of them. Tom Lindsay, I can't give you enough credit. You earned a lot of top spots in that countdown that I did the other year, and that was of course you going through a table where Mr. Richards grabbed you from that top turnbuckle and power bombed you straight through it. Oh boy, I can remember just being in the crowd at that moment, and the response that the fans gave was just amazing. It's one of those things that reminds you why you became a wrestling fan, of course why the Attitude Era was so popular as it was. Even those who weren't around in the Attitude Era can appreciate that time in wrestling, because even now, everybody knows Triple H, Rock, even Stone Cold Steve Austin, who hasn't been able to wrestle since 2003. But yeah, their influences still live on in modern wrestling. Of course, we take the best parts of all eras of wrestling, the Hulkamania era, Ruthless Aggression, Attitude, even up to the modern day. See varying styles, you see very diverse actions from a lot of people, and even I've incorporated a lot of things, mainly from classic wrestling, but of course this isn't about me. My first match to mention, main event of History 5, I dubbed it CPW's Darkest Hour if Mr. Richards couldn't topple the Lindsay, and after a half an hour war, we're all left hoarse and emotionally drained with so many ups and downs. Mr. Richards beat the Wasp, he recaptured that CPW Championship, and once again, we're in peacetime. we were free. We got rid of him. And, even just now thinking about it just gets my pulse going. The second one, I was there, I announced it from inside that hellish structure, the CPW prison, Mr. Richards versus Will Star for the CPW Unified Championship. Again, a half-hour war, two contrasting styles, the big brutish brawler against the technical wizard. What can I say about that? Just go on demand, go watch that match again. You'll feel the same roller coaster emotions as you did at the time. High impact, high action. I can't do the match justice in words, I really can't. So what's my top moment? Well, it has to be a match that I was personally involved in. I didn't compete in the match, but I definitely had some influence in it. Loser leaves town. From Road to History 2019, Alex Connors versus Eli Connors. I just remember it so well. Alex Connors grabbing that microphone off his like, I want no holds barred! So Big Eli comes out, we had a quick chat before the match. He's like, yeah, Frankie buddy, you got my back? And I said, absolutely mate. So I was there just in case he tried to do any foul play. I mean, we saw Sheriff John Eastwood come there try and deep six the operation, but no, our good old mate, our ball 8 ball like Theresa May on the sugar high, comes out and he drags John Eastwood out in the back. We still don't know where he is, and either way, well, once that had been sorted, we have my big shining moment. Alex goes, he gets that slot pail, he shoves me, I throw my hat to the crowd, I eye him up, I measure him up, I grab the bucket, and those over there, you know exactly what I said to him. So he turns around and he takes a big move from Eli. I get out of there, then George comes in. As you know, I'd had personal beef with George at that point because he'd got my championship, but I had to see what he was going to do. I mean, if I was going to rush in there and try and take him out, it would have taken away from the actual match, so I thought, I'll stay my spell, let's see what he's going to do, and yeah, it was nothing good, I should have guessed that. But either way, right side won. Eli manages to counter the pitchfork driver into one of his own, and then he leaves with his hand held high, and we wave off Alex Connors in. Oh, like a goodbye for a festival that could have only have ended in tarring and feathering. I'm surprised that we didn't do it, but yeah, he's gone. His chicken was gone. The good thing is, though, he did come back, because it meant that I could get my hands on him. It's I'm rambling now at this point, but yeah, Loser Leaves Town from Road to History last year has got to be my all-time favourite CPW moment. Well then, fans, thank you for listening to me babble on for nearly 9 minutes. I hope you're all doing well. Please, stay safe. Remember that we love you. Frankie Summers is signing off.